Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the She Said show, and it's a Saturday night once again, and I'm very pleased to have a friend that I haven't seen in like, what, 5 or 6 years. I met him once, and I actually never forgot him because I had a very good conversation with him, and he is the assistant of the president of GMA 7, not GMA the president, but GMA 7. So, okay.
So she said that we must have him on the show because she hasn't seen him in a bit. And
yes, and she said she can't wait for all the things he has to talk about because he is a part of so many agencies and they're all really interesting. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Rod Cornejo. Hello.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Jackie. Good evening, Cutie.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure to have you. Okay, so what I said earlier, I met him before there was maybe, I don't really remember, but.
Do you remember?
I'll never forget a pretty face.
Okay, let him tell the story.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
But Raquel Ray, who was the executive director of the MTRCB years back, was the one who introduced us. And there was a function that we attended. I'm not sure, it was probably in the palace, I think.
Probably.
And I remembered your name. I remember I took down his number. I had his card and everything. And I saw him again a few weeks back, and we launched the NCCT, or the National Council for Children's Television.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
Yes. So right now, okay, you're part of so many things. Like what? You are with GMA 7.
Yes, I'm with GMA 7. I'm assistant to the president and also head of community relations. And
Community relations meaning?
Meaning the nature of my work is to represent the network and also our network president, Attorney Gozon,
Yes.
in several organizations which we are supporting. This includes NGOs. It includes a government agency.
Well, what NGOs
So to be
particular?
specific, I represent Attorney Gozon and the network in the following: the Pasig River Rehabilitation Commission,
Oh, wow.
Okay.
the Asian Institute for Journalism and Communication,
Okay.
Habitat for Humanity Philippines Foundation,
Yes.
Philippine Business for Environment, and I also represent the network in the meetings at of the Philippine Business for Education. So these are the other.
Do you remember all of that?
Well, yeah, that keeps me busy. In fact, I spend most of my time outside the office, attending these meetings. Yes.
Attending all the meetings.
Yes.
What is a day like for you?
Well, I
How
would
do you
say.
know which meeting to go to?
Yeah, I
There's
know.
Like at
You have a
least five,
secretary,
and
you have
there
a
are like
PA,
5 days. So
yes.
it's like every Monday is a meeting for the Pasig River. Every Tuesday is for.
Well, Attorney Gozon
Habitat,
knows this
yeah.
because I gave him a weekly accomplishment report.
Right.
So basically, I get calls, I get emails, I get invitations almost
And you
every
will get
week.
more
no?
emails.
So of course, those that we are helping, I have to be there.
Yes.
Attorney Gozon is very. By the way, I also represent him at the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry Committee on Environment, and also the Metrobank Foundation Steering Committee for Teachers Month.
Okay, given all that, like Jackie was just inquiring earlier, what is your day like? What time do you wake up, and what's the first thing?
Well, in addition
attend
to that, I also attend almost every week regularly media forums. No? Like the Kapihan sa Manila Hotel of Neil Cruz, the Tuesday Club at the Shangri-La, the forum of CBCP every Tuesday, the Fernandina Media Forum every Wednesday.
Do you sleep?
The Usaping Balita every Thursday.
Okay, when does
so
your
that's
wife
early in
even
the
see
morning.
you?
You start early in the
So
morning.
it's breakfast actually. It's why.
Do you live near the area?
I live in San Juan.
Okay, that's good.
So I have two offices, GMA 7 and,
Yes.
and my car.
And your car,
So I
of
spend
course.
it.
Yeah.
And I also teach classes every Saturday at
Where?
Miriam College.
Really? What do you
subject?
teach?
Well,
Journalism.
communication arts department. So I teach
What year?
public relations, marketing, advertising.
Gosh. Saturday, what time are your classes?
Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Have you been teaching
The
for a
whole
long time?
day?
I've been teaching now for, I would say, about 7 years now. Yeah,
Why the
Saturdays.
whole day? That's it, 5 classes?
Three
Or you
classes, 3 hours each.
3 hours each.
3 hours, that's too long.
You don't lose your voice?
Well, that's therapy for me. Of course, I don't teach for the money. No, it's not the money.
It's never about the
I'm from
money.
Maryknoll High School.
See?
Yes.
So I'm encouraged to teach this young
I'm from
people.
Ateneo next door.
Next door.
Next door.
And when you're teaching 100, an average of 100, 105, 110 students every Saturday, that's therapy for me.
Are there still
You-
boys there?
No, it's
No
all,
more?
You've been teaching for how long?
7
about
years.
7 years
7
now.
years.
On
Is there
Saturdays
any
only.
difference teaching, like right now, today, 2009, as opposed to 7 years ago?
Well, basically, the subjects are the same, no? Of course, you have to change your teaching method.
The,
your
the
teaching style.
students and the
Yeah.
attitude of the students.
Well,
Yeah.
you said you're from Miriam, right?
Yeah. Okay, what are the students
they
like
have,
there?
They have certain qualities, no, which are
Such
common.
as?
No? Well, first of all, they're very creative. I believe they're creative. They're very industrious. No,
Okay,
they do
that's
their
good to
homework.
hear.
They do their homework,
Okay.
and they have a mind of their own, and they're very inquisitive. Of course, maybe some are sometimes some are maybe a little bit rebellious, no? Because maybe they're just testing the professor. But generally, they're all okay. I like their attitude, so I'm encouraged to continue teaching there every
Oh,
semester.
you like it? That's good to hear. I
so
mean,
no
it's,
difference. No difference from 2001.
I mean, it's not like are they less respectful?
Well, I would say that if you're going to compare the students of 2001 to today, well, today's students, they have more access, right, to
Yes.
technology, so they know better, they know more, they know more than what the ladies in 2001 knew
So
no,
they're
at the
smarter.
time. Yeah, so and I would say that they're more down to earth. No, they know, they're more, and they're now becoming
thought it would be the
conscious
other way
of
around.
I know, yes.
becoming entrepreneurs. No, not just employees, but entrepreneurs.
So there's a shift in attitude
Yeah,
there.
I think so. But there are certain things that remain constant, I believe.
Such as
Yeah,
those very opinionated. And
they want to have a good future, right? They're working for it. I think they know what they want, and they pretty have decided. No, they have made the decision on exactly what they want to do.
But I think the women these days, well, if I can say so,
Yeah.
they're more ambitious, and I think that
yeah,
they
gone
would.
are the days that we just
Yeah,
thought we'd be
like
housewives.
you graduate and you get married and you just depend on your husband.
Well, I always ask my students, usually the first day of classes, what do you plan to do right after college? No.
What's the
And-
most common answer?
Well, the most common is I'd like to pursue a career in broadcasting or in advertising or in PR. Or some would say, I want to continue studying, take a master's degree.
Yes.
Rarely do you hear somebody say,
I can get married
I want to get married.
and have a family. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're more conscious of their.
They're more
I think they want to
career
enjoy
women.
life, no?
Yeah.
And,
Yes,
and they've seen maybe they've seen the movie many times where young girls who get married early,
Yeah.
don't have a chance to improve their lives, no? So I guess they're more progressive in thinking, more open-minded, and I would say, and that's good for them, no?
Yeah.
That's good for them.
So you teach 3 classes on Sundays?
On Saturdays,
Saturdays,
yes.
which means you teach 3 different levels.
Well, 3 classes, 3 hours per class, no? So that
Different
is,
levels or one level?
Usually, well, since I'm teaching on Saturdays, I ask the school, just give me one subject to teach, or 2 subjects the most,
Yes.
and preferably just one classroom. I don't want to
transfer.
to another.
Oh,
okay,
so just 3 different
If,
sections.
if you teach 3
That's a
classes
lot.
at 3 hours each, that's 9 hours.
Yes.
So the whole time you're teaching, when do you eat?
well, we have a break every. There's a 30-minute break in between.
In between
So
all
that's
the
when
3
I-
classes.
Yes, so that's when I take something, or I take a 50-minute nap.
Oh, you can take a 15. Are you the type that can close your eyes and just sleep, and then
Cat
after
nap.
15 minutes you just
we
wake
have,
up?
we have a faculty room, where you can a lounge where you can do that.
I mean, like sometimes, like I have 30 minutes to try to fall asleep, and as soon as I'm gonna sleep, it's time to wake up.
No,
Really?
no, I think, Jackie, you don't have to sleep literally. No, it's
Okay,
just
just
close your
close your
eyes.
eyes.
Close your
Just
eyes.
shut down.
Yeah,
You
just
can
shut
shut
down.
down.
Don't move. No,
Yeah,
I think
don't move.
yeah, to rest
because
is
we keep
lack of
moving.
motion.
we,
Lack of
we keep
motion.
talking.
Yeah.
Don't move your
like-
mouth.
You may, it's good because if you really sleep, you might miss your next class.
The thing is, it's easy to not move, but it's hard to shut down the brain.
Yes.
Because you're
yes.
always constantly thinking, okay, I'm gonna do this after I gotta do. Oh,
Yeah.
this is, and you're like going through
That's
the list
true.
of
You're right.
to-dos.
That's true. Like
Yeah.
like yesterday, we had this thing. We had this launch, and I had to go to work. And after that, I said, okay, I'm gonna sleep for like 15 minutes. And while I was trying to sleep, I said, okay, I have to do this in my next schedule, and blah 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 blah, and I shouldn't forget this. And I got up to text this and to call up this other office, and it
Next
was
thing you know,
time.
it's 30 minutes and you're
It's
already in the
time
place
to
that
go.
you. Yeah, exactly.
See, so
Well,
what do you think about? I mean, or
How do you blank
I
count
count
out?
sheep. I count sheep.
Yeah, really.
Or I
Does that really
Ernie.
work?
I just think of all of us have hobbies, right? So I think of my collection of airplanes.
You collect airplanes?
Yeah, airplane models.
Models. How many do you have?
I have what 150, I think.
When did you
Really?
start? How old were you?
Oh, actually, I started making model airplanes since I was a kid, but
Because
now,
your
now I've
father-
shifted because I can. They say
Second
that
generation.
older boys have more expensive toys, right?
Yes,
So-
yes, big
so
boys,
these are
big
now-
toys for big
Yeah,
boys.
so these are metal, die-cast metal planes, no?
So do you actually
Fly it?
remote control and
No,
fly
no, no.
them?
They're just static, but they're very detailed.
Do you have children?
Yes,
Are they
I
allowed
have
to
two.
play with it?
Well,
How old are they? Are they young?
well, I have a daughter who's 32 years old. She's already.
Did she go to Miriam?
She studied at Assumption
Okay.
and graduated, and took and went to UP for college.
Okay.
Okay, good choice.
That's where we went.
So she's working for EPLDT, and she has two sons. So I have.
okay.
Are they allowed to touch the airplanes?
Oh my gosh, two
well,
sons.
Well, my youngest grandson, who's 5 years old, his name is Toby. I keep telling him, all these airplanes are yours. No?
But-
when he goes,
but
he
not
cannot
right
touch
now.
it.
He
cannot touch it
because
now.
He might break them. By the way, they're not cheap, huh? I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's
Like, what's
smaller.
the price range?
Yeah, how much would
I would
like
say
the
an
least
average
expensive?
of maybe an average of 1,000,
1,000?
1,200, yeah.
for a small one?
Yeah.
And how long does it take for you to assemble it?
I'm referring to the die-cast metal. This is already assembled.
assembled
Yeah,
already.
but they're so detailed, that's
How-
why
how
it's
small?
fascinating. Well,
Like
uh,
7 inches?
well, we have what we call scales, no? Scales. So, for example, I have a complete collection of airliners.
Oh.
Like
Which you
Boeing,
get in the plane.
Airbus, yeah. And of course, since these airlines are big, you cannot have so there are a smaller scale, 1/400. Now the World War
Wow.
II planes and the fighter planes are all 1/72 scale. Because if you get the big ones, you'll no more. My wife complains to me because there's no
Yeah,
more
there's
space.
no more space.
Do you
I-
have
I
like
was
a
gonna
whole
ask.
room
Yeah, you're
for,
right,
for
Chucky.
your...
No more space, huh?
Do you have a whole room for all your
Yeah, I
planes?
have a room, and I even had
Where is
to
it? In
get
the
one room
library?
just to put up those which have not yet been assembled. No?
How long does it take you to assemble one?
Well, I used to do it in one day, no, but I no longer have the time to do it, so I just collect them.
And which is your most favorite?
Well, I like them all. No, it's like I also collect figures.
What
Like,
what?
well, I have we call it dolls. No, I have
Okay,
figures
I
of
What kind of dolls?
yeah, but these
Figures
are
of girls?
No, figures of James Bond. Yeah, Sean,
Ah, dolls.
yeah,
Okay.
Sean Connery.
Action.
Yeah, but these are for collectors. No, Sean Connery. In fact, I had the chance to meet Roger Moore. I had lunch with him, and he signed my coffee table book on James Bond. So I collect James
Where
Bond.
did you meet
I thought he
him?
signed your
He
little...
was ambassador for UNICEF. So he came over in mid '90s.
Here to the Philippines.
Yes, so I was invited to have lunch with him together with a few other people. So it was nice to have met him.
So because of the job you have you met other celebrities?
Yes, you get to
foreign
meet,
celebrities.
Yes, you get to meet a lot of people, from presidents down. Well, I'm also involved in prison.
Prison?
Yes,
What do you
prison.
mean prison?
When do you have time?
We have this Christian ministry called Prison Fellowship, and
Okay.
we would go to jails, to the different jails.
Two?
Right now, I'm focusing on the women's prison, Correctional
Women's,
Institute
okay.
for Women. Yes.
And what do you do? Do you
Well,
teach?
we go there. For example, Christmas time we give toys for the kids. School time we give them books and supplies for their children.
What do you mean you give them toys because their children are with them in prison, or you give them toys so that they
Toys.
have gifts to give to their
Yes,
children and they come and
that's the
visit on
point.
Christmas?
That's the point.
Oh, that's
the point,
really nice
yeah.
and sweet.
And
I
then
see.
school supplies, no, back to school. So I'm able to call some friends and we collect a lot of things. We bring that, and there is a program, and then also being with media. Since I'm also with media,
Yes.
the prison official, the superintendent of the prison, would also seek my help in getting our news, no, to maybe report on the condition of the prisons, no.
What are the conditions?
Well, it's very pathetic. QT, it's very pathetic.
Like how pathetic?
How pathetic
Well,
is it? How many
well-
women to one cell?
How big
Well,
is the cell?
It's
let's say?
overcrowded. No, let's say it's if it's meant only for 600 people, they have about 1,500 people. No,
What?
yes, that's how.
Okay, what is the ventilation like?
Well, if you speak of the women's prison, it's not bad. No, but if you're looking at the jails like Quezon City Jail, Manila City Jail, it's pathetic, very pathetic.
So what we see in the movies is it's really like that.
Do they put like
It's hell.
hard crime together with?
Well, at the National Penitentiary, or Muntinlupa, we call that, no, New Bilibid Prison, there are three sections. You have the maximum. Okay, these are the hardened criminals. Some of them are
What are they in
supposed
for?
to be sentenced to death. No?
Yes.
What
yes.
are they in for? The hard ones.
well,
the women.
usually-
I want to know what
Ah,
women are
women-
capable.